relationships, and just like God said, they start distracting. And in the scriptures that I read, it says what? That they turned his heart away from his God to their gods. Empty relationships lead to distraction. As great as Solomon was, he grew to be old and silly. As smart as he was, as wise as he was, as rich as he was, as powerful as he was, he died old and foolish. So I just want you to know that you get connected into empty relationships, whether they be platonic or romantic, whatever kind of relationship. If it is empty over a period of time, it distracts you from what you were supposed to do. It distracts you from who you are. It takes away from you. It ain't giving anything to you. Somebody say empty. Then empty relationships, they sabotage your upbringing and your home training. They sabotage your upbringing. They sabotage your home training. Now, if you listen at the scriptures that I shared, Solomon ended up doing things he had no business in. If you read later in that 11th chapter, Solomon was doing all kinds of things, burning incense in the temple, dancing with gigolo teens. Solomon was set up. You know, the reason that he was doing all of this stuff is because the empty relationships got him off track. And he forgot his good home training. You ever been in a relationship that was good to you before you knew it? You doing all kind of stuff you wasn't brought up to do. Oh. Proverbs 22:6, we know it, train up a child. Come on, my church folk. Come on, my church folk. And when it all right, thank you, my church folk. The first lady at my home church, she often says, you know, we blame things on generational curses. And she said, we always say, well, I'm like this because my mama was like this, my dad was like this. Stuff got passed down to me. No, some of this stuff you picked up. Yes. All the wrong stuff you're doing, it wasn't passed down to you. Stop blaming it on your mom and dad. Ain't never done nothing. Some of that crazy stuff you did. Some of your sisters and brothers don't even identify with some of the behavior you have. Woo! Preach, friend. I'm doing that. Preach. Am I preaching? Preach. Some of the stuff that we do, we ain't never seen it at the family reunion. Some of the things that we do, we're so off base from our training, we got to coach our friends before we bring them around our family because we're somebody else. Anybody ever done some of that coaching? On the road coaching? While we driving, let me just explain some things. Because you know, we've made people think that the way we act is the way our family act, but I just want to clear this up. When you go to but empty relationships will do that for you. They'll get you so far off base. Now don't get me wrong. I had a good time. The time I was having. I was in college, I did what I wanted to do. You know how I did it. I went from club to club. I did all the normal stuff somebody would do. But the issue was, I had a nagging voice bothering me, messing up a good time. You ever been in the middle of a good time and something telling you you ain't got no business here? You ought to thank the Lord for that voice. You're in the middle of a good time and you hear, oh, I really ain't got no business in here. You ever been somewhere you ain't had no business in, and you saw somebody who knew somebody who was related to somebody you knew, and you thought they might talk about it? Oh, y'all ain't never been secret sons. I guess we ain't never been secret sons. Thank God for the holy people. But in the relationship, these scriptures to you. 2 Samuel 13, 1 through 5. I want you to pay attention to this story. And it came to pass after this that Absalom, the son of David, had a fair or beautiful sister, whose name was Tamar. And Amnon, the son of David, loved her. And Amnon was so vexed, so tempted, that he fell sick in love for his sister Tamar, and she was a virgin. And Amnon thought it hard for him to do anything to her. He thought it impossible to win her heart. But Amnon had a friend whose name was Jonadab, the son of Shimea, David's brother. And Jonadab was a very subtle man. And he being Jonadab, said to his cousin, "Why won't you, being the king's son, leave from day to day? Why will you not tell me what your problem is?" And Amnon said to him, "I love my sister. I'm in love with my sister Tamar." And Jonadab said to him, "Well, lay down on the bed as if you are sick. And then when your father comes to see about you, say unto him, send my sister to me, that she may take care of me." Now I'm reading from the Bible in basic English. Send my sister to me so she can take care of me. Let me give you a little background here. Absalom and Amnon were both sons of David, just like Solomon, who we talking about. But again, if a man had multiple wives, then he had children, different sets of children by those wives. And Amnon was the son of David's fourth wife. Absalom and Tamar, the sister, the young lady in the story, were the children of his second wife. So basically, Amnon had fallen in love with his half-sister. They didn't have the same mother and father, but Tamar and Absalom did. And here comes the Shady association. The main point I want to emphasize is that Amnon's plan to take advantage, and we find out later that he rapes his own sister.